Today, Melody, Milo, and I are at KOFA View BLM. Stay tuned for details. Melody, Milo, and I just left Quartzsite, Arizona. We're on US 95 heading south toward Yuma. Off to the left, you can see the KOFA mountain range. We're on our way to a boondocking site, free camping, at a place called KOFA View BLM. We're going to be hanging a left on MSTNT Road, about 3 miles up the road. I'll chime back in as we approach the turnoff. Okay, we're coming up on the turnoff. There is no sign that tells you where the turn is.
Turn left.
They do have a BLM route marker. You'll see it when we make this turn here. Roads are not too bad. A little bit of washboard. Look at those mountains. There are campsites both off to the left and right on BLM land approaching the KOFA National Wildlife Refuge. But before you get to the refuge boundary, you'll find free camping off to your left and right. And we found some good campsites a little bit further up. I'm going to give you a walking tour of those campsites. Chime back in as we approach the campsites. I'm out here at KOFA View BLM. It's a free camping area right at the foot of the KOFA National Wildlife Refuge in the KOFA mountain range. The scenery out here is beautiful. You're far enough in from US 95 that you don't hear the traffic. And there are numerous campsites off to the right and the left that are big rig friendly. Melody and I are going to show you several big rig friendly campsites here at KOFA View BLM. I'll give you the grid coordinates for each one of these campsites in the written video description on YouTube. Let's get to it. My truck's parked right beside a fire ring. Those are the KOFA mountains in the background. You have plenty of room in this particular campsite. And that's the access road off to the left there. I'm a real stickler for wanting to know where the campsite is and where you turn off from the road. So I'm going to walk out to the road. I'm going to drop a pin at the turnoff. You know, some of these berms can be kind of high. There's a low berm at the access to this campsite. I'm going to go there now, show you what the turnoff looks like, drop the pin, and then we'll come back to the campsite and we'll continue up the road. I have several more campsites that I want to show you here at KOFA View BLM. This is the access road we came in on. You're looking west back toward US 95. And there were a good many campsites that we already passed, but I wanted to come up far enough where you would not hear the traffic, and you don't hear the traffic just very faintly from here. Look at these mountain range. Look at this mountain range. KOFA mountain range. Just beautiful. This is the access. This is what it looks like. And Melody and I have learned I keep a shovel in the truck when we're going to go boondocking, and I watch that water pipe when I come across it with my fifth wheel, because that's usually the lowest point on my fifth wheel. If I have to, I'll go real slow. If I have to, I'll take that shovel and just dig the berm out a little bit so that my water pipe clears. Much preferable than busting your rig up. Okay, so I dropped the pin right here at the turnoff for you. Let's go back in and take a look at this campsite. My fifth wheel could get back in here. There's no obstructions back in here. Plenty of room to maneuver a big rig. It's just getting over the berm, and that's on most of these campsites, because they, a grader will come through periodically and grade that road, and then you'll have a berm, so you won't know the condition of the berm when you come out here to camp. That's why I keep that shovel on the truck. There's Milo. Milo loves BLM land. There's the campfire ring. You can position your rig. See, you're looking at those mountains over there. So this is midday. The sun is almost directly overhead, so you're going to have, in the evening, those mountains will light up orange if you have clear skies. So let's go up the road. There's a couple sweet campsites up here I want to show you. A little bit further up the road, you'll find another big rig friendly free campsite at KOFA View BLM. Let's go back and I'll show you the turnoff off the main road. So that's looking east off of the access road, heading up toward the KOFA mountain range. And this berm is pretty worn down. This is a nice campsite. You can get a big rig in there, no problem. Right there where my truck is, there's a fire ring. You have the KOFA mountains as a backdrop. I'm going to drop a pin right here. Again, you'll find it in the written video description on YouTube. And continuing up the road, let's go find an even sweeter campsite. Well, we're at another campsite at KOFA View BLM. What do you think, hon?
2 thumbs up. If we were to, when we come back, this would be the place I would choose if it was open. Walk over here. Look at this view. What more could you ask for? You're away from the power lines. It's quiet. Definitely this would be the spot.
Got a nice fire ring right there.
Milo, what do you think?
Nice and peaceful. You're way away from US 95. This is only a couple miles up the road from US 95. But look out this way. These mountains, I love that KOFA mountain range.
You know what? You could even nestle your rig back in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
configurations.
Places where you can position your rig. Those mountains are very attractive as well, but I like these jagged mountains off in the background. And these are going to light up orange at night, in the evening. Milo loves the BLM. So folks, this is the best campsite we found. There are many campsites, more than dozens, on BLM land before you enter the KOFA National Wildlife Refuge. Once you enter the KOFA National Wildlife Refuge, camping is limited to 14 days per year, but you can camp here absolutely free on BLM land for 14 days. And then move on to, another slice of BLM land, so many miles off. But
right here.
This is gorgeous up in here.
Front door facing here.
Front door facing that way. This is another marker that's also adjacent to that last sweet campsite. It was right over in there. And the reason I'm showing you this is because if that one's tied up, there's another campsite right across the street. There is no berm to worry about coming off the access road to this campsite, so I'm just going to drop a pin right here by the fire ring. And there are multiple fire rings in this little area here. But this is a one primo camp spot at KOFA View BLM. 100% free camping, folks. Melody, I absolutely love free and affordable RV camping. That's why we do these videos. And I think I'm going to leave it here. What do you think, Milo? Are we going to leave it here? I'll have the upload and download speeds for Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile in the written video description on YouTube. I'll also have the grid coordinates for all 3 of these campsites in the written video description as well. Hope you like these videos. If you do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.